welcome back to Drawing for Kids. To start off, let's go over what material you'll need. You need some Crayola markers, which you can use any color markers that you like. Next, you also need some paper. In addition to that, you'll need some black markers, such as Sharpies. Okay, so as I'm going along, I'll go step by step on how to draw this character, but I really like to invite you to add your own little twist to it to make it your own. There's no pressure to necessarily draw exactly what I have, but let's use that as a guidance to see what we can come up with. As always, remember to add in a little bit of your imagination to make it your own. You can do this drawing with your family and friends, and at the end of it, maybe check out how everybody's drawing turned out at the very end. Are you ready? So we're gonna get started. For today's drawing, I'll be doing the Rocket Bear. So buckle up because we're gonna start drawing right now. So here I'm gonna start with my black marker. I'm gonna draw a bear for the head of the bear first. So here's the head of the bear. I'm gonna draw ears for the bear. And then I'm also gonna draw the bear's eyes. One eye, and then the second eye, and then the nose for the bear. And then I'm gonna have the bear smiling because he's really excited to be sitting in a rocket. And then I'm gonna have the bear's arms sticking out of the rocket's window. And then afterwards, I'm gonna be drawing the window of the rocket. I've actually never written on a rocket before, but I'm going to try to give you some fun facts about rockets that I read that was really interesting. So let's think about maybe the first question might be, who made the first rocket? Apparently, the first rocket was made in 1926. It was a U.S. professor of physics and scientist, Robert Goddard, who created the first liquid fuel rocket. So here you can see I've drawn a circle around my bear, and that is going to be the window that he's sticking his head out of as he's waving, "Goodbye everyone, I'm going to the moon." And then I did these little dots on the side to create a little pattern, and I'm coloring in black in the background. Makes our bear stand out a little bit more. So next, I'm gonna start actually working on the body of the rocket as well. Here is the jetpacks, I guess, where the fire is gonna blast out of for the rocket. Here's the tip of the rocket that will go all the way down. And I'm gonna make the tip a little bit more pointed compared to the end. And then I'm gonna do these thrusters on the side, or these propellers as well right here. And then I'm just gonna do some details on the top of the rocket here on the rim. And then maybe an antenna on the top. You can make a longer antenna for yours if you want. So the force inside a rocket's engine is called thrust. So some rockets weigh millions of kilograms. Like, that's really heavy, right? So they have to exert same amount of force to propel itself through and out of the atmosphere. So you need a very huge force. Here in this rocket, I'm gonna have these fire, smoke that will blast off from the bottom of the rocket. For yours, you can make it bigger, or like you can make many layers of it. You can draw smoke in as well. Those are all options you can consider. Okay, earlier I talked about the first rocket, but I also didn't talk about the first rocket that reached space. Apparently, the first rocket in space was launched in Germany in 1942. It was dubbed the V2 rocket. It was actually not intended to be space travel, but isn't that an interesting fact? Here, I decided to draw a star on the corner of the rocket. Of course, for you, you can draw lots of different stars in the background, not necessarily one singular star. I'm going to start coloring in the fumes and the fire that's going to blast off from the bottom of the rocket. Imagine it'll be bright yellow and flaming orange and red as well. As I'm coloring in, I'm making sure I color in all the spaces and making sure I color within the lines, so the colors will be clearly defined. For me, I'm using my Crayola color markers to color in the fire here. Of course, for yourself, you don't necessarily need to use markers. If you want, you can use oil pencils, or you can use pencil crayons, and you can use other types of materials as well. I know for myself, I love paper maches, or like scrap papers, or like sometimes I use magazine or scrap wrapping paper, and I'll cut it into the shape of my drawing and glue them on, and that makes for a really cool drawing as well. Now I'm using a brown color to color in the face of the bear. If you want, you can make your bear blue or red or pink, or any of your favorite colors is an option as well. So here you can see I'm wrapping up, coloring in the face of the bear. Of course, my bear is in a spacesuit, so I don't think I'll color that in the same color as my bear. I'm trying to figure out what color my spacesuit would be. Why don't I do a silver color? Unfortunately, I don't have a silver, so I might just go for this gray right here. So coloring in. I wonder if I should add earmuffs with this bear as well. Imagine rockets are really loud when they launch as well. That could be something I'll do next time when I'm coloring in a rocket. So the propellers and the engines, I'm gonna color it this gray color because I don't have a silver with me. But it's looking really cool so far, don't you think so? Anyways, I think if it was to be launched in space, I could possibly color the entire background in black, but except for with specks of like yellow stars on it. The other choice is it could be launched into the dark of the night. Hasn't reached space yet, so you can have like night skies with stars and moons as well. So there's a couple options there. So I hope you enjoyed this video so far of the rocket bear that is launching into space. I'm still drawing along for my rocket and adding some details to it. Maybe instead of coloring in all the space, I'm thinking I'll just do some lines to show like the railing and the texture of the rocket. Also need to color in the rim of the circular window that the bear is sticking his head out of. The other option I was thinking of, there's scrap foil. I could always use foils as another form of medium to cover the surface of where this rocket is located on my artwork. So that's basically it. This is the rocket bear. Thank you so much for joining me on this video on drawing with kids. Easy step-by-step drawing of this rocket bear. It's turned out actually really adorable. I'm very excited by it. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. Well, that's it for now. I hope you guys all stay safe and stay creative. Until next video, take care and bye for now.